Lost in the dark.
Back Crypt Crow!
Well,
We are back. We are back, everyone. Finally back. For us, it's the first time in fucking weeks that we've been in the studio.
months even.
Months, even. And for the record, in case you didn't notice, we're in a new studio, everyone. Check it out. Check it out.
Yeah.
New studio chillin'.
Moving up in the world.
New studio chillin'. So,
Don't fuck with
very
me.
exciting.
Don't fuck with me. I'm new boot goofing.
We got the Ozzy, we got Alexi, we got the Ozzy bat up there, we got fucking Crypt Keeper right here, we got everything.
Soon to have some Slipknot ones.
Soon to have some Slipknot stuff. Episode to follow, you will see that. But we're back. We're back. We're finally fucking back. Hopefully to a much more regular schedule. Cheers, my brother.
Oh,
Cheers to the doc.
Should have brought my Yeti. Fucking up.
Actually, we should both have our drinking horns. Is what we should.
Two shots.
But yes. No, we're finally back, people, and we have some shit to talk about. Quite a lot.
We've been to some shows. We've been to some.
I don't know.
Seen some news.
If any of you remember any of those first episodes that we did at the start of quarantine, the start of the pandemic and everything, we literally, on one of them, one of the first ever video episodes, we literally said to each other, what are we going to talk about? All we talk about are the shows we go to.
Yes.
What do we do now?
Yeah.
And then the rest of the year happened, where, of course, we had an onslaught of
the
most unbelievable guests.
Yeah.
Convalescents, Keith from the Convalescents. And, you know, it's been...
Who are currently, by the way...
on tour.
Killing it.
It's been such an insane ride, and to be here with you now, it's just wild to me to be able to talk about what we're about to talk about. It really, like, after the last year and everything that's happened, it's just so fucking... It's genuinely crazy to me. You know?
Same.
It's fucking insane. So yeah,
we just kind of wrapped up on doing a episode about Mr. Joey Jordison.
Yep, which you all will see. That'll be the next episode after this one.
Yep.
And
trying not to start out on such a bummer.
Yeah,
because let's be honest, that was a
tough one.
Yeah,
that's a big one.
That was a real tough one.
That was a big one.
So I hope you guys are doing all right out there. You know,
yeah.
I hope. I mean, obviously the last year and a half has been nothing but crazy shit. So I hope that we can come back and, really get into some of the more important shit, you know?
Yep.
Some of the stuff that actually matters, which is
the metal.
Metal, man. You can't kill it.
The pandemic tried to kill the metal.
But they failed.
But they failed.
Oh, yeah. Not without a few casualties. Sure.
God.
But
anyway, you know what? Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start off. Usually I do these alone, but you're here with me now. Let's do some shout outs.
Oh yeah.
Let's start the episode off with some love.
There's been some there's some bands that have been doing some shit, man.
Yeah.
Some real bands that we talk to that are killing it.
Oh
man.
My God! You know what? That's actually really that's a good one. Shit, hold on. I'm trying to. There we go.
Well, can I preface by all right. I see what you're getting.
Well, that's just the right.
But I want to give a colossal shout out to Casket Robbery.
That's exactly where I was about to say we should start.
Yes.
Huge shout out to our fucking Crypt family.
Holy
and Casket Robbery,
man.
one of the first bands to have ever come on the show.
Yes.
And they just released a news track, which I did a reaction video for and everything, called the hidden the hideous. Unbelievable.
Oh, dude.
Unbelievable.
Fuck yes.
Unbelievably good.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely floored me. I showed it to my mom. It was so fucking good. Like,
Casket Robbery, so good to show it to your mom.
Yeah. Put that on a t-shirt. Fucking, oh, wow. Like, and that is something. Okay, so, yeah, first shout out. You know what? We'll have to I'll get into that later. But yeah, huge shout out to fucking Casket Robbery. Just dropped a brand new single. Everybody check it out. The Hideous. And I'm pretty sure it was
with 2 F's.
Who released it for him? Wasn't it it was Metal Injection or Metal Sucks. I think it was one of those major publications that actually like put it out. You know, they're on Keith from the Convalescence. They're on his Legend Recording Agency.
Dude,
shout out to Legend Recording Agency.
Do not sleep on
anything on that label,
because
anything.
that is
all killer, no filler.
Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, that is like the next step.
It's the next one coming. It's the next one coming up. I firmly believe that.
If you've been paying attention to Lost in the Dark type stuff they're even posting, it is like a lot of these bands are definitely worth paying attention to.
Oh my god! Like, oh my god! Like
really sick shit.
Worth every ounce of your attention. Yeah. And a lot of them aren't.
Man.
Yeah, they're still underground. They're still in the early. So if you start listening to them now, you're an OG. You get it on the ground floor. Like you get to be like, I was there. I was a fan since the first EP or whatever. You know, a lot of these bands that we talk to and talk about don't have a gigantic. Casket Robbery does, but a lot of them don't have a gigantic following, and they are all extraordinarily talented.
Yeah. Convalescence.
Huge shout out to Blood of Angels.
Yes.
Huge fucking shout out to Blood of Angels. They actually may or may not have sent me something a little early today. That we may or may not be talking about in the very near future. But huge shout out to little sneak pizzle. I got to, and we'll get into it, but I actually got to meet them very, very recently. Wonderful. Huge fans of ours. They really like our stuff, and they're just the coolest fucking dudes ever. Like that's my favorite thing about Keith hooking us up with everybody on the Legend Recording Agency. Everybody is fucking awesome. Like everybody is so nice and just so like us. You know, just like honestly, like we're just metalhead. Like we don't know what we're doing. Like we're just here and we're metalheads and we're trying to have a good time and everybody love everybody.
Yeah.
So that's a roundabout way of huge shout out to Casket Robbery.
Yeah.
All of that applies to them.
A roundabout way, but yeah.
All of that applies to them. The new single is unfucking real. Huge shout out to Blood of Angels. They're on tour with Convalescence right now. Unbelievably good live. Finally got to see them. Holy shit. I'll get into it, but
because you've been to a few, like I would say like probably at least three or four more shows than
I've been to 3 this year. So
I've been to at least 1.
Yeah.
So and it's been like bands that we haven't necessarily talked to, but there is one coming up that I'm very excited about.
Yes. Because
everybody that we talk to, or at least the majority that we talk to, are going to be at the show.
Yes. Oh, now I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So. There's been a lot of movement, you know,
and that's
a lot of stuff, you know,
and that's what we're going to get into after the shout out section. But next up on the shout outs, I want to give a huge shout out, as I always do, to the Dipping Milk and Cookies podcast, hosted by Garrett Cookie Commander Smith and Mike the Master Milker. Come on. Garrett, of course, the guitarist from Reflection of Flesh.
Fuck yeah.
Milwaukee's own. Milwaukee. I think Milwaukee's in Wisconsin, right? Sorry, I'm fucking high. Yeah, I'm pretty sure from. I know they're from Wisconsin. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're Milwaukee based.
Milwaukee,
yeah, they are. And nothing but outstanding music, and absolutely one of my favorite podcasts going. I look forward to every week hearing a new episode with Garrett and Mike. And Garrett actually, fuck me. I have not heard it. I actually don't know if there are any episodes out yet. I don't know. I'm sure there are. But he is advertising on Dipping Milk and Cookies, another podcast that he has just started, where it's all from the road. He's talking to bands, everybody on the bus, on the road. musicians, everything.
Yeah.
So I have not heard it yet, and that's on me. I'm actually, as soon as we're done here, I'm going to look it up and see if there's any episodes out. I cannot remember the name of it. The next episode, I will be sure to shout out with the name of the new podcast. But if you listen to either of the last two most recent episodes of Dipping Milk and Cookies, you will hear it advertised, and I cannot recommend the most recent two episodes enough. They are absolutely phenomenal. I love everything that they do. I just like... it's like every week when they drop a new episode, I'm like, oh, my friends are back.
Yeah, right?
My friends are back, and I
Yeah.
get to listen to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just, that's what it is. And I've never even met these guys in person.
Yeah.
But
They're-
that's how I feel.
They're one of the few that I've like subscribed to on Spotify. And,
Okay,
And
yeah.
anytime I get a
Notification,
yeah, I'm like, oh shit, yeah, I gotta listen to this shit. You know, like,
Because you know you're going to love it.
yeah,
They're the best.
It's-
They're the
yeah,
fucking
that's cool.
best. Like,
Yeah.
they're just so awesome. Like,
Yeah.
I just love... I just hope that somebody out there, even if it's just one person, likes our chemistry as much as I like theirs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's so good. It's so good. So everybody be sure to check out all things Dipping Milk and Cookies podcast and all things Reflection of Flesh. They are on the road right now. They got shows.
Dude, yeah.
You know what? I'll
Reflection-
throw some links in the description below for them.
Reflection of Flesh are a band that you should be paying attention to.
Very much so.
Like, they are
Very-
They're sick as fuck.
So sick, dude. The fucking shit they did during pandemic, like Live from the Ring or whatever.
Oh shit, yeah.
Gnarly. Fucking gnarly.
Yeah.
All right. That... Because I usually do a few bands and a few podcasts. I'm trying to think if there's anybody else I want to shout out. You know what? Yeah, actually, there is one other band. Shout out to Victims of the System. They just dropped. Now, for you guys, you're going to see this like a week from when we're recording it or so. But tonight, they just dropped a brand new music video. We were on a call with Aaron from Victims of the System. We got to watch it live with him. That was amazing. And they have the new EP, which for you guys, for us, drops tomorrow. For you guys, dropped about a week ago. In God We Rust, isn't that?
Yes.
That was it? Yeah, In God We Rust. That just dropped. Everybody be sure to check out all things Victims of the System.
That's
one of
it.
our absolute fucking Crypt Crew family by definition. You know what I mean? Like, that's insane.
There's some regulars. You know,
Literally. He's been on more than my sisters. The only person that's been on this podcast more than him is you. I got two Aarons.
Yeah, fair enough. No, yeah, man, they're they're honestly like, if you're a fan of like early grindcore stuff, kind
Very
of
raw,
like super underground type stuff.
Super underground.
You will love Victims of the System.
But
like,
they fucking grind, bro. Yeah. They fucking grind harder than anybody. Like, they're relentless. Aaron is relentless with his work, and I think that he has every characteristic you need to make it in the metal business.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to. Every ounce of me believes that. I believe in him fully.
They are the type of band or like type of project that I feel like every other week they're putting out something.
It feels that way.
Yeah.
It certainly feels that way.
And when you're looking for something new, something different,
relentless, relentless with the releases, everything, and even for how young of a band that they are, they've already brushed shoulders and done collaborations with like really fucking big people.
Yeah,
you know, that little mini doc they put out. The guy that narrated it is you know, I can't remember his name, but he's done a lot of like metal stuff. He's a big YouTube metal narrator guy, but he's like comedy mostly. But this, he was like, you know him?
Yeah.
What was his name? D. It sounds like a D, but you know who I'm talking about. Every fucking buddy who watches YouTube and listens to metal knows who the fuck I'm talking about, probably.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm gonna adjust the camera a little bit.
Let me see if I can look over.
I'm trying to get Joker in here a little bit. I haven't had Joker here in a while. But yeah, just nothing but good things to say about Victims of the System and Aaron, and I absolutely am super excited to hear this new album, full-length album, not EP, tomorrow, 10 tracks.
Oh yeah.
Did you get the name? If not, it's fine. Nah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We'll move on to the next.
Honestly, I don't even really know what I'm looking for.
We'll move on to the next shout out. The final shout out, last but never, ever, ever least, because they shout us out on every fucking new podcast they do, and they just came out with a brand new fucking fascinating one today that like absolutely blew my mind. Final shout out goes to our absolute fucking Michigan family, Crypt Crew family, in the Michigan UFO Sightings, the Paranormal Encounters podcast, coming to you.
Oh yeah.
Coming to you from the glacial dumping grounds known as the Michigan Basin, Wayne and Michelle are a Michigan-based husband and wife educator and podcast duo that examine UFOs and other paranormal topics within Michigan and beyond. Topics include UFOs, the paranormal, conspiracy theories, ghosts, alternative history, the Michigan Dogman, Bigfoot, cryptids, and all things strange and paranormal. Wayne and Michelle are absolutely two of the most wonderful people we have ever met through during this podcast.
They're awesome.
They're fucking amazing.
Yeah.
They shout us out like every fucking episode in their shout out section. It warms my heart every time. Like it literally, like actually, like every time I'm just like driving down the road and I'm listening to their podcast and I hear them give us a shout out, I'm like, that's why I can never stop doing this. Like, I have to keep doing this. They give me the encouragement to keep going in a big, bad way. And above all, their podcast to me is nothing but a gift that keeps giving. And what I mean by that is every fucking episode, every guest that they have on, if I don't already know who they are, I end up following them on all the social media, all their YouTubes. I like every guest they have on, I end up getting a whole new thing to follow and check out and rabbit hole to go down. It's just the gift that keeps giving, that podcast. So that's why I describe it that way, is because every single episode, every time they have someone new on, it's another thing for me to get involved in and check out and look up. And the most recent episode that I actually shouted out, I just listened to earlier today, and fingers crossed we'll be able to put something together here in the very near future where we get with them in person, and I think we will.
Yeah,
we have plans.
The episode that we did
with them, they've been on our show. We were on their show.
Yeah.
The most recent episode, they had author and researcher and creator of wait, is that? Yeah, no. Is that the most recent one? Let me just make sure. Yep, okay, just making sure. God, only episodes. See, that's what blows my mind about them. They're only 13 episodes in, and they've had such amazing shit. Yeah, author and researcher of Hidden Inca Tours, Brian Forrester. He's got a great YouTube, and links to that and Victims of the System and Reflection of Flesh in the description below. And Dipping Mountain Cookies. I'll throw all those links in the description below for you guys to check them out. But please, everybody, please check out the Michigan UFO Sightings and Paranormal Encounters podcast. We were on it in the first 10 episodes, apparently, and they were on our show as well. And we just, it's nothing but love. They're wonderful people, and I just...
I'm gonna be honest. I was kind of bummed that, like, because I know that we did an episode with them
on theirs. When we were up in Mackinac, actually, we did that one on location.
Yeah. But then there was another one that both of you guys did that I was kind of bummed I wasn't part of. But either way, yeah, man, like, they really.
You know what? I'm gonna have to put something together, because apparently, and you guys, for longtime followers of the show, you guys know him. One of my absolute best friends in the world and roommate, Josh. I guess he was bummed he didn't get to talk to them too. So I'm gonna have to put something together with all of us, like, because he's my guy. He's for anyone that doesn't know, he's my guy. I've gone on many every paranormal investigation pretty much I've ever been on has been with him. He's fucking my brother, like, so like I am gonna have to get somehow or another all 4-5 of us on an episode. I'm gonna work to make that happen because I think everybody would really enjoy that.
Oh man, yeah,
Yeah,
it'd be crazy.
Yeah, because he's got some stories. Yeah, he's got some great stories to tell Wayne and Michelle. That would be, I think that would be a lot of fun. So I'm gonna work to make that happen.
Yeah.
But everybody be sure to check out the Michigan UFO Sightings and Paranormal Encounters podcast. It's great. It's wonderful. Wayne and Michelle are two of the best people we've ever met through doing this podcast, and they're another one where every fucking week I anxiously await the new episode, and it's just the gift that keeps giving. So everybody check that out. Links in the description below. Let's move on. We are no longer we are done with the shout outs. Let's get into it, bro. Let's get into it. Here we go. So we have been to some shows lately.
Yeah.
Did you? I think I went to one, and then you went to one, and then I went to another, or no, that's what it was. I went to Recorruptor.
Okay.
The first one either of us went to was I went to Recorruptor at Hot Rocks in Warren, Michigan, just outside of Detroit. And I didn't know this when I went there. The bar no longer exists. It shut down after that show, actually, and I think that was due to pandemic. But as it turns out, was one of the oldest rock venues in the Detroit area. It used to go by the name the Ritz. It used to be called the Ritz. Yeah.
I've heard of that.
Yeah. So, and it went by another name too in recent years that you would recognize as well that I can't remember right now. But it was a wonderful, wonderful venue. It was fucking outstanding. And yeah, I went down there for Recorruptor. Who else was playing? Carnus.
Oh shit.
Carnus was playing.
Oh yeah.
And Pickaxe Preacher.
Oh shit.
Pickaxe Preacher.
Yeah, those sick too.
Those are the three, and it was kind of a weird lineup because half of it was metal and half of it was rap. So I just kind of was there for the metal.
Yeah.
But I get there. It was a weird situation. There was no parking at all, so I drove up and down the street for 30 minutes just trying to figure out where the fuck to park. And then I finally get in. I find the Recorruptor booth. Seth is sitting there working it, and of course, as you know, you're in a band. There's always a point where you're busy. You got to set up for the show. You got to get ready. And so Seth was like, "Hey, can you run the merch booth while we're doing this?" Of course I can. I ran it for you guys for years.
Yeah.
Still would. And apparently Seth didn't know that that's how I know you, basically, is I used to run the merch for Medica.
Yeah, dude.
And so yeah, and the merch booth happened to be in the perfect, I had great, I was I have great seats. It was amazing, and I have something to do. I don't have to just stand in the corner and look awkward with my drink, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it worked out perfectly, and it was just the release that you could just genuinely feel off that stage from those bands that night. Just I'm pretty sure every single band that night, it was their first time playing since pandemic, and you could just feel it.
Yeah.
And it was just such a great show. The sound was amazing. The venue was amazing. The people were everyone was just so happy to be there, and it just it all cylinders. It was just so the last show I saw pre-pandemic was Recorruptor at Max Bar, and the first show I see back after pandemic is Recorruptor at Hot Rocks, and
because you had a similar experience with because Recorruptor was supposed to play a show. They got rained out.
Literally, they were about, once again, they were, I was super excited. They were about to be my first band back for a different show.
Yeah.
And then I think we must have talked about it on something. we had to have talked about it on an episode at some point, but literally, like, it was the craziest thing I've ever seen because it was an outdoor show. The opening band was on. They played the first note. And the second they played that first note, everything became cloudy and the wind picked up. It was literally like the gods were smiting that show. It was insane. Like, I'd never seen anything like it. Like, within the first band on 2 songs in, and basically nobody there, they had to shut it down because it started torrential downpouring. On a level. Yo, on a level. Like, it wasn't raining. It was fucking downpouring on a level. Like, it was crazy. So, I did see, like, a band play, like, 2 songs, but I'm definitely not counting that one as the first show back. Absolutely not. The first show back was at Hot Rocks with Recorruptor, and it was, and yeah, Recorruptor was supposed to play that show that got rained out, and so it was a real big bummer and everything, but for me, for them to be my first show back was very, very, very special, and we just everybody had a really good time. I got to meet the lead singer of Carnus, and I talked to him about the podcast, and he said he wanted to be on, so maybe we'll set that up someday. Hopefully maybe before the end of the year or something.
Oh yeah.
Because they just put out something, I think.
Yeah.
That was outstanding.
Yeah, Carnus has. I think I want to say they're because they put out the first single for their next EP.
That's what it was.
A few weeks ago. And honestly, like it's kind of crazy that you like kind of connected with them because the drummer and the bass player Kyle and Eugene, I believe.
Okay.
We met up with both Alex and I at the Trader show that we went to. And,
which is exactly where I was about to go because you went to that before I went to the next 2. So please, let's talk about the Trader show.
Like
you went to the Sanctuary in Detroit, which for all intents and purposes has very quickly, quite frankly, become the underground metal hub in Michigan.
Yeah.
In a big bad way. Yeah. In a big bad way. Yeah. Like, that is one of our homes at this point.
They are getting every show possible.
Every fucking show.
But it was kind of crazy because, and I want to say that, and I apologize because I don't really remember that, because we, I went with my vocalist, Alex, best friend, Alex.
You and Alex, shout out to the Bog Talk Boys.
Okay.
I should have given them a shout out at the beginning of this one.
Oh yeah. So we went to that and we ended up running into both the drummer and the bassist of Carnus, and they were kind of talking. They actually offered us to play the it was either the CD release show or just some kind of show with them.
And I do want to, and we'll get into this in a second, but I do want to say for the record that I don't know if you know this, but your name carries weight. And what I mean by that is that I met the guys from Throne. They didn't know who I was, but I was like, yeah, I do that Lost in the Dark podcast with the drummer from Bogwraith, and we have the guys from Recorruptor on a lot, and they were like, oh, Bogwraith, Recorruptor, yeah. So you guys make Lost in the Dark way more recognizable.
Oh yeah. No, honestly,
it's a real thing. Yeah. That is a real thing.
Oh yeah.
100% to go on.
No, so
how was the Sanctuary?
Honestly, both, because I went with my vocalist Alex. My singer.
Alexander the Wraith.
Yes. Fuck yeah, dude. Shouts out, man.
I love you, brother.
Beast, man. Beast.
He is a fucking beast.
And also just all around good dude, man.
And all around beast.
Yeah.
He's just a beast.
Yeah, dude. I love hanging out with Alex.
He's a wonderful guy. I cannot fucking wait to whatever it is, the next series of podcasts that we cross over on. I love talking to them. Him
Yeah.
and Mike. It's just so much fun. I feel like I talk to the family. So
Yeah, man. But we ended up talking to, and honestly, like that was it's crazy because, well, I guess I don't know, to kind of back up, we went because I got tickets because, like, honestly, I wasn't prepared to miss out on the chance to see trainers and uh fuck not volumes, victims. Yeah.
it's just victims. That's their name.
Yeah, but they're
I don't know that.
yeah, they're sick. They're a 3-piece band.
Three?
Yeah. I'm not entirely sure where they're out of, but they are sick as fuck. Like
Hell yeah.
they're a hardcore band that's doing some pretty different
They're
shit.
hardcore.
Yeah.
All right. I like that.
They definitely mesh with traders quite a bit. But yeah, so we went to that show at the Sanctuary in Detroit. And honestly, like it was sick, but it was my first show back after the crazy shit.
Alex is probably too, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And I know that both of us like rolling up for that show because we'd been, you know, it'd been, I mean, quite a bit of time between when we'd seen the show and next, you know, and like, you know, next one or whatever. So we were both a little bit hesitant as far as like what it was gonna
What
be.
do we do?
Yeah.
What do we
Yeah.
do? Do we say 6 feet apart? Do we wear masks? What do we do? What's the protocol now?
Yeah.
We have a norm, and now the norm might be different.
Yeah. So we went into it kind of with that mentality of it. Like we were a little bit nervous of it. And honestly, like as soon as you walked in the sanctuary, it was like there's no point to wearing a mask. Mostly because you would die.
As soon as you walked in, you went, "Oh, I'm back home, aren't I?"
Yeah, man. Like there was, I mean, there was part of that, but there was also that like part of that where it was like I don't know what to do. You know what I mean?
It took a second. It takes a second.
Yeah, yeah, dude.
But once you're in there with a drink in your hand, 2 sips deep, and you're in a dark ass room surrounded by fucking people in black t-shirts and metalheads.
Oh yeah.
You're just like,
yeah, I'm home.
I'm home.
Yeah.
I'm home.
100%. You know, but like
That's how I felt.
Yeah.
At the Recorruptor show.
But it was also that point of like, you know, I definitely understand that things are a bit different now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
yeah, we're trying to be respectful.
Yeah.
We don't want to do anything to make anybody else uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like that's.
But it was the fact that like, you know, I went in there and like I know that as soon as we rolled up into that bitch and like we saw, because it must have been between bands that we were there, because when we showed up it was, I mean like it was a little bit after doors. It was a little bit after things have been going on. Like we weren't really kind of like.
Did you like miss the opener or something?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Like
okay. So you showed up like casually late.
Yeah. So to kind of see that, and then like it must have been between bands because everybody was outside. But the fact that we saw that and we were kind of nervous about it a little bit because it was like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Like, what do we do? Kind of stuff.
Yep.
But honestly, like once we got in there, I realized that like the only reason that made sense that nobody was wearing masks was because that like it was so fucking hot. And so fucking sweaty because like it must have been at least like 2 hours, 2.5 hours, but like before, like by the time we got there and by the time the show started, that like everybody was already kind of in their shit, and we realized like, or at least I realized this. I don't know if Alex was the same way, but I recognized the fact that like if I was gonna stand here and wear a mask and kind of like be in the center of everything, that like it was kind of unrealistic.
Look, I am a fucking
and I'm the type of person, and I'm sure you're probably getting the same thing, but I'm the type of person that I feel like, you know, with this kind of stuff, I want to keep safe. You know,
Yeah.
wanna,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I want to be able to continue to do this stuff.
Yes.
You know, and
yes.
and now
I don't want it
like,
to get taken away again.
Right.
For
Yeah.
Christ's sake.
And you recognize that, and you try to do everything you can to continue to keep that going. But at the same time, like, you recognize that the fact that, like, if I were to wear a mask right now, and like I honestly did, you know, I wore a mask inside there,
Okay.
like during the first band, but
Mhm.
after like the first band like started the second band, I was like, dude, this is not possible because I will sweat to death. You know what I mean? Like,
I am a Michigan boy. I'm a fucking metalhead. I'm a heavy drinker. I'm a heavy smoker. I am in no way, shape, or form ever qualified to give any kind of medical advice at all, or have any kind of understanding of it. Having said that, no, you're fine. Having said that, I do. I really feel like I do see the benefit of masks in terms of a day-to-day situation.
Yeah.
You know, running into a grocery store for 20 minutes having a mask on.
Yeah.
You know, that's probably a big reason why during the last since the pandemic started and all these things happened, you know, we saw such a dramatic decrease in cases of the common cold and the flu and stuff like that. I do think that was a part of the catalyst for that.
Yeah.
At the very least, between that and everybody staying at home, kids can't go to school, everybody staying 6 feet apart, all those things combined definitely had an effect on that.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any way to look at it otherwise. Having said that,
I mean, I wouldn't discredit the fact that, like, I mean, I used to get sick at least like 2 or 3 times a year.
And how many did you get last year?
I didn't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Having said that, if you're gonna have a concert and pack everybody in there, do I think masks are really gonna make that much of a difference? Not really. Like, let's be real. Like, you're sweating on each other. You're literally getting another human being's sweat on your body, or blood, or spit, or something. And come on.
Yeah.
Like, the mask isn't gonna matter at that point.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Admittedly,
go on.
I stood back a bit at that show, mostly because, and there was a couple of reasons.
Oh, see, I was lucky at the Recorruptor show. I got to sit in the merch booth. So I could sit back a little bit away, like, let me be, this is my first one back, let me be comfortable, you know what I mean? Kind of a thing. That was my kind of mentality, so.
I kind of approached it the same way.
Yeah.
I really feel like, you know, because I want to try to gauge it a little bit, you know, but I also kind of want to, like, ease back into it.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Yes.
Because I mean, sorry, excuse me. By the time, like, I was going to shows regularly, and like the last show, and I'm fairly certain that the last show that I saw was at the Sanctuary. It could have been Fit for an Autopsy with God, I don't remember the lineup, but either way, I think the last show I saw was in Detroit.
I was with you.
It's so well, it could be. It might have been.
I think it was Fit for an Autopsy and Recorruptor. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, could be. I don't know, but
I have the ticket.
Yeah.
Go on.
In any case, really to me, what it was the fact that, like, I had to kind of step back and realize, like, okay, like, I used to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is normal.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I used to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I used to get a beer and, like, you know, go out to the crowd and to, like, you know, to see the band that was playing and stuff. Like, honestly, that was some of the funnest shit ever. You know, and like, I didn't really go out into the pit for seeing Traders, although I wanted to, because, dude, that set was so, like, just wicked as fuck. Like, I wish I could, like, go back to some of that set because that was so heavy. And it was the first time that I had ever seen them, so that was sick as fuck too. As Victims, that was the second time I'd seen them. But, like, dude, like, you know, just just being in the crowd, just being able to like be amongst everybody else that was just a fan of what was going on, you know, but also like
being back.
yeah, dude, like it was
We
just
felt it.
yeah, like to some
Yep.
degree I did, but I also kind of felt like, and that's kind of why I'm excited to see some of the other shows, you know, to see because
And
I have tickets for Black Dahlia, you
yeah,
know, which dude,
we have tickets
like
to Dahlia,
yeah,
Lamb of God, Slipknot.
like
Um,
I'm so excited to see the bands that are coming out that have put albums out between the time when
right.
like dude,
Where you get to see the new music for the first time.
fuck
Fucking Carnifex.
yeah,
We
man.
haven't even seen a World War X tour yet, bro.
Yeah, dude.
We're gonna see the World War X tracks
Yeah,
for the first time,
dude.
opening for Dahlia.
Devastating.
Devastating.
Like,
Don't be near me. That shit is the bad notes.
fuck yeah, man.
Oh my god.
Like, I just, you know,
devastation,
like, it's
bro.
stuff like that, you know.
It was me when I finally got to see, like, even though it's like a re-record, re-release kind of a thing. When the Convalescents re-released the Human Disease 2.0,
okay,
but the original was just the Human
Yeah.
Disease, obviously.
yeah,
They played that live. I lost my fucking mind, Aaron.
yeah,
Like, I lost my fucking mind. It was unfucking real.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
that's why, and it kind of piggybacks on the last episode we did, but like I'm so hoping that like this Slipknot
Oh, it's gonna be
Not Fest tour happens.
now. The set list, as long as it happens and Corey is healthy, because now he's got COVID.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Corey, fucking speedy recovery, our fucking Lord and Savior. But as long as that tour happens, I don't think there's any fucking question that set list is going to be dedicated to Joey. I mean, come on,
Yeah.
there's no way.
Yeah.
Like,
I just
but back to the shows. You were at fucking home. Like, how the sanctuary looked, man. Like, I haven't been there yet. Like,
it was about how I remembered it. Like the
that's
only
exactly what I wanted
Yeah.
you to say.
the
I wanted it to be the exact same.
only difference I feel like it had was the fact that like they've kind of stepped up. And this is kind of like from a performance standpoint, but I feel like, and I don't remember if this was Max or if this was Sanctuary or like anywhere else we played, but I feel like in the past there's been venues that have had the like the floor monitors on the ceiling,
Yeah.
and I feel like the Sanctuary was one of the only places that had that. But the only reason I would have ever figured that out or like just even been affected by that was the fact that like we played there a couple of
Right.
times.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, beyond that, I don't really, you know, like it's hard to say.
But it was how you remembered it. It was still good.
Yeah, dude, you know, like
Sound was good.
Yeah.
Was the dude from Snafu still working the bar with the?
Oh yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, man.
Are you fucking?
Yeah.
He's there.
I will. Yeah, man.
Shout out to Snafu.
Yeah.
Great band, great metal band from Detroit.
Sick as fuck.
Sick as fuck.
They yeah. Sound wise, like as far as that show goes, it was like, cause I walked in there with earplugs.
You know what's hilarious is
And-
every fucking show I've gone to so far, I've forgotten my earplugs. And
But, like,
the first,
how-
like literally on my way to the first show, actually I guess it would be the second show, after Recorruptor, I was like, I got nervous about it.
Okay.
I was like, because I remember how loud the Music
Yeah.
Factory is.
Yeah.
I was like, this
But
could be bad. But then I went, it's been a year and a half. My ears have never had more time to heal.
yeah.
Like, I'll be fine. And I was.
Yeah.
And I was.
Well, that's kind of the thing. Like honestly, like because I guess you haven't had. I'm sure I'm not. Like if you haven't had earplugs for that, like how have you felt? Like have you felt like it's been louder, or have you felt like it's been like tolerable?
tolerable.
Yeah.
Like I don't like literally. I don't. Okay, so
Because to
so
me,
I go.
I guess like the reason I'm asking you is because the like that show that we went to, I walked in with like more so like sound canceling stuff,
Okay.
like to the point where like I it would make a difference, like it would at least help me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I also kind of felt like when I took them out, because I kind of want to like experiment with them,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
just kind of like try around with it a little bit. I didn't really feel like it was all that loud to me.
I felt the same way.
Kind of, you know what I mean?
I felt it was. I was like I kind of remember this being louder.
Yeah.
Is what I guess.
Yeah.
Is what
Yeah.
I mean. Like it's not that it wasn't loud.
Yeah.
It's that like I remember this being louder.
Okay. Yeah. Kind of the same.
Yeah. Yeah. I felt that exact same way. Yeah. 100%. Yes. And so okay. So I go to the Recorruptor show, and then you go. And I go to the Recorruptor show at Hot Rocks in Warren, Michigan.
Well, how I guess like like going back to, because like we stood quite a bit back from the stage, like a little bit further back than I normally stand.
Okay.
So like I guess I don't know if that would make a difference.
Well, I was never. I will say for the Recorruptor show, I was definitely never front row. I was I would say I was like probably like 20 feet from the stage.
Okay.
And that's where the booth was.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So
kind of like side stage.
Side stage, basically. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. But I was also that Recorruptor's booth in particular. Karma's Immortalis's booth was literally side stage. Recorruptor's booth was right in front of the soundboard. So about 20 feet back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? On average. You know.
Okay.
For that one. And yeah, so that I guess I could say that might have had an effect, but I go to that show at Hot Rocks in Warren, Michigan. You go to Traders at the Sanctuary in Detroit, Hamtramck specifically.
Who, by the way, like, shouts out to that shit, man. They are kind of where it's at.
Yeah.
As far as
the Sanctuary is the fucking best.
Yeah, dude.
The Sanctuary is the fucking place right now.
That's gonna be.
They're gonna be huge.
Yeah.
They're gonna be huge.
I already have, like, the few shows I have planned to go to are either at that show or somewhere in Detroit.
Oh, there's an entire week. There is an entire week in September.
Yeah.
Where I'm gonna be at the Sanctuary like every other day. There's an entire week.
Yeah.
Swear to God.
And it's sick, man. I love it.
So you go to that there, and then the next one up is I see Convalescence at the Music Factory in Battle Creek.
Okay.
First show of their 10-year anniversary tour, and this is where we're going to get to a lot of the things I alluded to earlier. This is their first show of the 10-year anniversary. I'm wearing a t-shirt. My first fucking tour t-shirt since pandemic. I couldn't believe they had a tour, one with dates on the back. I was like, yep.
Oh, yeah.
Can't not get that. And then it was unbelievable. In Music Factory is one of the fucking, and I was front row. And that was one of the places that I remember being extra loud.
Yeah.
And it didn't feel that way that night. It didn't, I don't know. But it was.
I love that venue.
It was such a great venue, dude.
Yeah. Such
a great venue. And God damn it. You know what? Here, I'm just gonna I'm not gonna this is worth not fucking up, so
that was the same, and you can find it online, but that was where Black Dahlia gave us the shout out.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I remember that. I've seen that video
but
many times.
Just it's like a mini Harpo's, man. Like
There it is.
You can.
Yeah,
like,
it was fucking
I
Nova Blast Throne.
Fuck yeah! Oh, dude, they're wicked.
Unbelievable. I name dropped
Sick.
you guys to them so they knew who I was. Blood of Angels. Huge shout out to Blood of Angels.
Yeah,
Talked to their guitarist a lot, and he's a wonderful guy. We're gonna get him on. We're gonna get Blood of Angels on the podcast. We're gonna get that's absolutely. I love them. Like, yeah, like we absolutely have to get them on the podcast, and they want to be. And Aaron, I don't even know if I told you this yet. And Filth, bro.
Oh fuck yeah!
I saw Filth, bro.
Yeah.
And guess what? They are just as awesome live as you want them to be, dude.
Oh yeah.
They are just as awesome live as you hope. Every ounce of hope that you have. Oh, and then times 10. Like, they're so fucking good live, dude. And I talked to the fucking lead singer, and he said he'd be down. Be on the show. So,
dude, let's go.
Dude, they're so fucking good live. It's unreal.
It's crazy because I like that's kind of how I felt about Traders, man. Like, because they're the same kind of style.
Yeah,
And they came out.
I have a bunch of their albums.
Yeah, dude. They're sick as fuck. They ended up playing the new song as the encore. Like they came back out and did like 2 more, played Menace, and it's just mean, man. Like shit's sick.
But yeah, then after fucking Filth comes on the Convalescence.
Just ripping it.
And the first night in Battle Creek, guess what they did?
Fucking spraying blood.
Ah! Yeah! You guessed it!
The only how I know that is because you posted about it.
Dude,
I was like,
I had blood on me for 2 days after that. Through showers and everything, and still didn't come off.
Yeah.
But it was awesome. So fucking awesome. Dude, I literally, because they did it in, squirt guns.
Yeah.
I literally went. And I think they got it in my mouth. It was crazy. It was so fucking, just. Yes. You know what I mean? Just. Finally, we're back. You know what I mean? Just so happy. It was like a celebration. You know, it was so fucking awesome.
Oh yeah.
And then and then Jungle Rock comes on and decimates.
Oh man, yeah, that's sick.
Dude, holy shit, they are amazing live. They, they're kind of really, they're old school, straightforward death metal, but they are way more. They're way more rhythmic, and headbanging and that's what I love about them. But they still kind of do the old school stage presence, so they don't really move around that, but they do, but not as much as Convalescence, I guess. You know what I mean? The band that came out before them, which is fine. But honestly, they sound so fucking good. Yeah. It doesn't even matter.
So that's kind of how I see Cannibal.
Yes, exactly, exactly. That's exactly
the musician.
Perfect analogy. Yeah. Yes.
The musicianship is there.
It's what that's ultimately what drives it.
Yeah.
Drives the show.
Yeah. And I guess it kind of depends on what band I'm seeing, but sometimes I like that. It's the same way I see Suffocation and Dying Fetus and stuff really technical, Decapitated.
Last time we saw fucking Cannibal was so fucking loud.
Dude, yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, it was with Hate Eternal.
Yep.
Yeah, Hate Eternal, Harm's Way.
Yep.
And Recrupter.
Yep.
Fucking
oh my god, yeah, that
stacked, man.
Stacked.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, that's what I'm most excited about is the fact that even having a chance to see bands that have put out records in this last year, You know, like
we,
during this time,
we haven't even gotten to see Carnifex tour World Wax.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten to see Cattle Decapitation tour fucking
Death
Atlas.
Yeah.
Which is everyone's favorite album ever.
It's let's face it.
Let's face it.
Yeah.
Like they're so fuck. We haven't even gotten to see Lamb of God tour Lamb of God.
Yeah. That was yeah. Let's think about that. Yeah.
We haven't even gotten that yet.
Yeah.
Who else? Verminous.
Yeah.
We haven't seen a single Verminous track live yet.
Yeah. It's
not a single one.
To kind of call back to that, the Rob Flynn podcast, he was Trevor was on his podcast the other day. I was listening to it. He was talking about the fact that the live stuff that they put out, the Yule and All, or whatever.
Yes.
That was the first time that they had ever played any of their songs together. Yeah. And how awkward it was because he didn't they never played them before live, so they didn't know how they would transfer over.
Go on.
So yeah. So yeah, I don't know, the fact that there's the Carnifex that put out the new record.
Yep.
Which is
unbelievable.
Yeah, everything they put out.
And now they have another record about to drop in a month.
Yeah.
When the single is destructive.
Yeah.
The single is destructive, to say the least.
Yeah.
Brought down a building.
Oh man. Yeah. I'm excited to see what
Don't
comes
be
out.
near me. Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah.
They're so Hatebreed.
Oh yeah.
Hatebreed hasn't even gotten they're just 3 days into their first tour since pandemic, since dropping the brand new album.
Yeah. There's cats freaking out right now.
I wonder if the microphones pick that up. Probably. It'd be awesome if they did. I hope it does.
Oh yeah. Yeah, dude.
Welcome to our life.
Yeah. No, I'm excited about specifically the metal tour of the year, man.
Megadeth, Lamb of God,
yeah.
Hatebreed, Trivium.
Yeah. I think that'll be sick.
Okay, so yeah.
But
the fucking we get back to the shows. The first show at the Music Factory, literally
yeah.
You're gonna be right. All right.
Yep.
Then I'll pause this. So the fucking I actually remember exactly where I was. The only fucking Aaron, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. The only fucking downside of that first Convalescent show was that neither you or Preston were with me. That was because literally, dude, they wanted to know where you were. They were like, "Where's Aaron?"
Yeah.
We're like Jay and Silent Bob, man. They expect us to be together. Fucking, and and I got to meet the guys in Blood of Angels, Throne. Sorry, I got it mixed up with Traitors for a second. Throne, Blood of Angels, Throne. Everybody, not everybody actually, but Keith. I finally got to meet him in person for after we actually know each other from the Convalescence and everything. Didn't get any FaceTime with Katie yet, which I really look forward to because I know she's a big Children of Bodom fan. So I'd like to talk to her about the keyboardist. I'd like to talk to her about Children of Bodom.
Yeah.
I did get to talk to Icer, the merch guy, because I'm a merch guy too.
Yeah.
So I feel like we could, I was like, I want you to come on the podcast, man. He said he was down. So I was like, I feel like the merch, I want the merch guy. Yeah. I want the fucking bus driver.
You know
what I'm saying?
Get the road dog.
The Road Dog.
Yeah, but so for our audience here, sorry, the fucking computer just shit out on us and we had to come back in. So this is us coming back in. We were talking about Road Dogs. They're fucking amazing. The best. Convalescence. The second show, god damn it, I did want to talk to you about that though, because the second show the next night was at the Diesel Lounge, the Diesel Concert Lounge. And that venue is fucking wild, dude. I've never seen anything like it. It was fucking awesome. Yeah. Like, it was in a bowling alley, and you walk in through the bowling alley and go through these doors, and then there's just a room with a stage with kind of like a door to like a little lounge, like a little fence lounge, like the machine shop, like a little smoking lounge or whatever, out back outside. And then literally like so you walk in the room, bar is along the wall to your left, stage is along the wall to your right, middle, doors straight ahead to get to that little lounge. But if you just bank right and then bank right again, you go through another double set of doors and then make a U-turn basically into the next room, which has another stage. It literally looks like an old movie theater turned into a concert thing.
Damn.
Literally. Like, that's exactly what it probably was. It was one of the craziest fucking venues I've ever seen, and it was fucking awesome. Amazing night. Everybody killed it. Fucking Blood Angels, fucking Convalescence, Jungle Rot. Yeah, just everybody fucking destroyed that shit. It was amazing. Absolutely amazing. So, I don't know. I hope shows get to keep going, Yeah.
It's and like
we have
it's kind of crazy because I've been kind of selective about stuff I've been buying tickets for, and a lot of the stuff doesn't happen until like early next year, which is wild as well.
What stuff?
I think the last thing I bought it for was Meshuggah and Carnifex, which is in like February sometime in Detroit.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny you say that, because there's only one that I know that I want to get for next year if it happens, but it's not even a metal show. It's Steve-O.
Oh shit.
Wouldn't you?
That'd be cool.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah.
Go see Steve-O live?
Yeah. But yeah,
it's in like January.
Yeah. Other than that, I think I know it's the Metal Tour of the Year, Slipknot, Acacia Strain, and something else. I don't know.
There's a handful.
Like, yeah.
We'll announce them all.
Yeah.
If you pay attention to our social media, every fucking show that one of us or both of us will be at.
Yeah.
And as I say, for everybody out there, every show we go to, if you see this and you find us at that show, we will give you a free Lost in the Dark podcast sticker, at least.
Yeah.
And hopefully in the future we'll have more than that, but
yeah.
Right now, shit, I actually have to make another order of those because I'm almost out, believe it or not. But yeah, like that's if that's the fucking deal. If you ever find us at a fucking show, you get a sticker at the very least, and maybe even we'll buy you a drink or something, whatever. But because it would be awesome. It's never happened. It hasn't happened yet. So if anybody sees this and is at a show we go to, pay attention to our social media because we tell you every fucking show we go to. I promise. I advertise every single one. So let us know. Reach out. We'd love to we would love to meet you. We'd love to meet you. It's unbelievably exciting meeting the bands finally in person that we've talked to on the show or have reached out to us or whatever.
Yeah, that's good. Like, has there ever been an instance of that? Like,
what?
For you at least? Because I know that you've been to a few of them that like of bands we've talked to that even I've never seen as far as like live shows
Oh.
and stuff.
Oh, those
Like-
dude, like all the same bands are playing both nights, but the first, so like by the second night, everybody kind of recognized me or whatever. But the first night, like it was like, yeah, like the guitarist from Blood of Angels, like he was just like, I recognized him, and he was just like, I was standing in the back of the venue, and he was just walking past me. And I just leaned over real quick, and I was like, "Hey man, great set." You know what I mean? I was, that's what you do, right?
Yeah.
And he fucking put his arm around me, and like knew who I was somehow and shit. And like I was like, "What?" Like so, yeah. And even same thing with Keith. Like I was just like standing there. Like I walked in, and I was standing there, and like he happened to be walking past me, and I had a drink already, and I just kind of like, hey man, like I just kind of like tipped my head a little bit, and he just, you know what I mean, just walked up like boom boom, you know what I mean, like that whole thing, like it was amazing. It was, yeah, no, it was surreal for me like as an individual, for musicians that I legitimately admire to even know who the fuck I am, like it's legitimately surreal. And it's crazy to me. It's just I legitimately like admire these guys, like, and yeah, I don't know. It's just I don't really. I hope I am managing it well, but I don't know, because I don't know how to do this. I don't know what kind of waters I'm navigating right now, but I hope I'm not like, I don't know. Everybody seems. Yeah, I hope I'm not a Punisher. Like I didn't even ask for a picture with anyone, even though I wanted one with everyone. And maybe I will, because I get. Luckily, they're gonna be here multiple times, 3 more times, in between now and Halloween included. So I hope I will get a picture with them, and I hope I will get to meet Ron and Katie and everybody else in the Convalescents in person, because I so much love what they all do, and all the other bands too. Kill the Imposter. I can't wait to meet Johnny. You know what I mean? I'm so excited for that. Like I'm literally counting the days, dude. Like there's so many. Yeah, War. Come on.
Oh,
Bobby
man.
and Ben.
Yeah.
When you and I get to walk up to Bobby and Ben and be, what up? Oh man, it's gonna be. Come on, it's gonna be magical. It's gonna be fucking magical. Like, yeah. I don't know what to do with it.
Well,
but
I don't know.
It just makes me happy, and I just hope that everybody that watches our shit likes it, and it makes them happy too, because that's all we're trying. Yeah. Everybody love everybody.
Just, yeah, man.
That's how we're doing here.
In a world and in a time where things are just like crazy. Like I'm glad that like we at least have something to call back to. That's like to be excited about. Like it's the reason that I am so like. No matter what, I know that like by the end of the year, we at least do a like end of the year list of stuff we've been listening 15. To. Yeah, like I look forward to that shit.
I do too.
Like I do too. Yeah, like it's
we think about it. You think about it all year.
Yeah.
So do I.
Straight up. Yeah. A lot of the stuff that I listen to is like
we are just fucking mental.
But there's also like. It's the things that happen that you don't really expect. Like talking to bands and trying to see like
we never saw that coming.
Yeah, dude. Like trying to figure out, in a time that's so unpredictable and so crazy for everybody.
Unprecedented.
Like what is everybody else doing? And trying to like gauge that with what else is going on. Like trying to
like pandemic happened and all of a sudden we're on video and have guests.
Yeah.
Like 2 things we had never done before.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, like a lot of the early episodes that happened were just, ones that like
Looking back, they're ultimately just in preparation.
Yeah.
For this forced situation.
Yeah.
It's wild, man.
But I still, I don't know. I'm excited about it. I think that like there's a lot of good stuff coming about, So.
And I want to tell you, man, like I'm telling you, man, like I really want you to know, for real. Like every time I'm out there at a show, they're asking about you. Like people fucking like I can't fucking remember who I was talking to. Maybe it was Jordan. So I don't know, somebody just the other day that was like, they were like, I like it more when Aaron's on with you because they like our fucking, they think you're funny and they like our back and forth shit and like, yeah, man. So just know that like it's people fucking like you on here. Like you're I couldn't do this without you, I guess, is ultimately like it wouldn't be what it is right now without you. It never, absolutely not. So yeah, you kind of like, even though I tricked you into this, you kind of ended up, your presence legitimizes it in a way, to me at least. I don't know to anybody else, but to me, like, and I know we're brothers. I know we've got each other's fucking backs no matter podcast, band, not whatever. You are my fucking, as far as I'm concerned, my family. Yeah. And I would do anything for you. So like fucking
a lot of the just like distance from it and everything else is just, I mean, it's been a lot to kind of process over the last year and a half, you know what I mean? Like, and a lot of it was just trying to figure out like what I actually want to, like, do I have anything worth saying? Like, do I have anything worth like putting out to the world?
Dude, I'm right there with, like, I've been like battling with myself, like, do I do just a solo episode or something? Like, you know what I mean? Like what do I do? Yeah. So no, I get it.
So, and I've only just kind of started feeling comfortable with like, I mean, we're getting back into like, getting more into doing like, the band stuff and like, doing all that stuff. And like today it's, it's been cool to kind of get back behind the, get back behind things and kind of remember like, okay, like, this is, like this whole, I don't know, I feel like the last couple months or so have really been a way to try to get back into the things that I used to be comfortable doing, and the really like the thing that started it was going back to the show, like going back to seeing Traders, which was admittedly one of the coolest things I'd seen, because like it was cool because I like they have been a band that has like kicked my ass into the last like year and a half, man. Yeah. Like and they continue to put out shit that just like, like gets me going. So it was cool to see them for the first time. It was cool to see Victims for the first time. Fuck or no, I don't know. I don't know. It was just, it was just memorable. It was, but at the same time, like it was kind of crazy to like step back a little bit and to be like, okay, like, this used to be normal, like this used to be like, okay, like, I used to like, the crowd thing. Like I walked in there with full intentions of wearing a mask the whole time, but about a half hour in, dude, like it was like and it was I don't know if it was like the size of the of the place or whatever. Cut that out. I don't know if it was the size of the place, but like I just like it was too much, it was like.
But also venues make a tremendous amount of their profits from selling drinks.
Yeah.
So like, you have to take your mask off to drink.
Yeah.
You know. So like,
Yeah. Well,
it's just not viable.
Yeah.
For that situation.
Yeah. It was just, I don't know, like more or less, it was just kind of weird to see the after effects of everything that had been the last year and a half. You know what I mean?
But
like,
but did you? What I felt was how quickly that all melted away, and how quickly everyone was just so happy and ready to get back to normal.
Yeah, man.
In that context, in the show context, you know what I'm saying? And that's what was uplifting to me. That was what was inspiring to me. That was like, that's what made it feel like home.
Yeah.
Again, to me, it's just like, it's like, no, the family's still here. We're still here.
Yeah.
You know, we've all felt all of us probably have felt very alone in the last year. We've been in isolation with people that tell us every day, I like the music, but I don't like the vocals, you know, shit like that. But like, whatever, like, we finally got to get back together.
Yeah.
Even though we're all strangers, we all love the same thing.
Yeah.
And you know.
You know, because a few of the bands that because we showed up halfway through it anyway, so you know, it was a lot of kind of like, I guess more so local bands that we saw kind of earlier on, but it was weird to look out in the crowd and kind of see like the fact that like I know that people wanted to mosh and wanted to move around and stuff, but they didn't know if that was, I don't know, there was like a weird like hesitance to it. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know.
See, I haven't experienced that.
Yeah. I mean,
that's interesting.
By the time the last band or the last two bands went on, it was All Out War or whatever. But like there was just that at the beginning of it, it was like just that like weird, like, I don't know, like kind of a thing. Like, should I jump into this kind of deal?
And the ones I was at, from the start, they were like, let's go.
Okay. Yeah.
All three.
Yeah.
They were like, let's go. Like, from the get-go. You know, for the opening bands, you know, there's always, you know, it's never, you know, it's not, that's what was actually, like, kind of one of the most bizarre parts of it to me, is how actually, like, normal it was, in a way, for us. Like, we understand how a normal fucking local metal show goes, where like there's the opening band and like everybody stays like 10 feet away from the stage, right? Like there's like this weird fucking unspoken protocol everybody follows, right, for like those like first couple bands, and then the other bands come on and everybody gets closer and all that went down to a T for those like it was like being at Max.
Yeah.
For a bog race show, it was the same fucking like thing. Like it felt the exact same way, and yeah, and honestly, and that was one of the craziest parts for me personally, as a fan, is that I definitely have gone to like shows back-to-back days, but I'd never done it for the same band.
Oh yeah, because you went to
I went to both.
Yeah.
And I actually, but yeah, I fucking could have gone to the third, but things, anyway. I really wish I would have, but I went to it back to back, and for the record, actually, different set lists, somewhat at least. But in fairness though, it was kind of because the first night there were some technical difficulties, so some set lists got like cut short and stuff like that, but whatever. No. It still sounded amazing, and it didn't even matter that there were some technical difficulties, because like it just, everything still sounded incredible. And like seeing them back to back, that was like kind of the thing, because like I've been I've gotten so heavily into the Convalescents over the last year, and listened to them so much that like the second night that I was going, I was listening to This Is Hell on the way.
Yeah.
And I just felt lucky that I was gonna get to see some of these songs live again. You know what I mean? Like it was just extra exciting. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It was crazy. But some of the best fucking performances I've seen.
Yeah. Man, I like and that's kind of why I've been a bit selective about like things that I'm buying tickets for, because I know that the few times that I had the chance to see that is like it's going to be significant, you know. Like I have some for Dahlia,
Slipknot,
dude, Slipknot specifically,
Lamb of God, Megadeth,
yeah.
The fucking Bay Strikes Back tour,
Yeah.
come the fuck on.
The
Guar,
yeah, dude,
the Guar tour,
Battlecross, dude, that's
don't even get me started.
that's gonna be sick.
Recorruptors on that shit,
Yeah,
dude.
That's gonna be insane.
Dude,
Yeah.
we might not make it back.
I don't know.
That might be the end of Lost in the Dark podcast.
Yeah.
Like,
That'd
we
be
both
wicked.
might die that night.
Yeah.
There's no if that show happens, and if it all doesn't get canceled again or something crazy or stupid, if that show happens,
Yeah.
I can't promise that we will survive.
Yeah.
Because
like,
it's the most insane lineup ever, dude. Like, this is a once in a lifetime lineup, and it includes our friends.
yeah.
Like, what the fuck, man? Like, what the fuck? How does this even happen? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't even make sense.
And like, it's the return of Battlecross, really.
Yes,
Like,
it is.
let's be honest.
It is. It
But
is
it's-
the return.
It's them convalescence breathing
Jesus
process,
Christ. Jesus fucking Christ.
war, and
War?
narcotics. Yeah.
Narcotics is gonna... And Recorruptor.
And they're only doing 3 shows.
Hang on. I think you're missing.
I probably am. I don't know. I just looked up on.
Yeah, there's
It's a stacked show. I know that for sure.
Oh shit, I'm way too far. There's 2 fucking promotional images. One of them has some of the bands, the other one has all the bands. Jesus Christ. I was seeing pictures from when you and I went to Mackinac. Jesus. I know I have it. Hold on one second. There it is. Yes. Battlecross breathing process. War, narcotics, Recorruptor, hate, unbound, and pestilent age.
Oh yeah.
October 31st, Halloween,
Yeah.
at the Diesel. And I'm going to tell you, you're going to walk it. I just can't
Dude.
wait to show you the Diesel. Like, you're going to be like, what the fuck is this? And it's going to shit. I can't talk about that. Yeah. Well, I don't think Recorruptor's been to the Diesel yet. And once they see it and you see it with me, we should get Alex and Mike to go to that show with us. And then we'll all, and so everybody understands how different of a venue this is. And like, you know, you know what I'm talking about. So yeah. But yeah, like, this is gonna be an just unbelievable show. Pestilent Age, Hate Unbound, Recorruptor, Narcotics, War, The Breathing Process, The Convalescence, and Battlecross. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna just die that night.
But all right.
You ready to wrap this one up? How
Yeah.
long have we been going?
I don't know.
Neither do I.
Quite a while.
Who cares?
Yeah. This is first one back in a
First
while.
one back. Like
Yeah, man.
we had to like fucking.
This is good.
Very good.
Yeah.
I think it was very good. We had to brush out some fucking spider webs, but you know what I mean. We had to get back into it, but hopefully we get back to it on a more regular basis now. And again, and we're in a new studio.
Yeah. If you can't tell, I don't know how much you can tell, but
And
looks a little different.
And a little.
Yeah.
I mean, we actually tried to kind of like keep it the same, but we got some new things.
Yeah.
So, but we're gonna have a lot of fun in here, and hopefully even make some music, and you know, try some hot sauces.
Yeah. That's
and
cool
do all
shit.
kinds of shit. So yeah, let's wrap this one up. I think this is end up gonna new studio reveal. I think this is gonna be episode 195. That's kind of a mile marker.
Yeah.
We're like 5 away from 200, bro.
Yeah.
From crossing that 200 line. And technically, the episode we recorded before this would be episode 196. So we're that much closer to it.
Yeah.
So,
Getting there.
yep.
Still don't know what the fuck we're doing.
So,
But-
absolutely not. Absolutely not. What fucking day is it? Like what?
Right. I don't even fucking know.
Joey Jorgensen just died. I don't fucking know what that is. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you.
All right.
Fuck you, cocksuckers.
All right.
All you need is 3 motherfuckers to take over our fucking country. Sorry, I've been
Cool.
listening to a lot of Joey Coco Diaz lately. Like a lot. Real influence. But alright, everyone.
All right.
We're going to wrap this one up. Thank you so much for watching. We will be back again very soon with much, much more, as always. But until then, you know what to do. Raise your fucking horns and bang your goddamn heads. We love you all to death. Good night. Yeah. Blah.